In this video, I am going to tell you which focal length I recommend you to use for your talking head videos, and I am going to explain exactly why you should pick that particular focal length. I am also going to show how the 2 most popular focal lengths look like, another 4 popular focal lengths, and why you should or you should not consider them. And if you stay tuned until the end, I will show you a clip by Caleb Pike from DSLR Video Shooter where he answers my question about using a 50mm lens and what is his focal length of choice when he shoots his talking head videos. All of this and more in just a jiffy. Happy Halloween, my name is Captain Jack Sparrow. If you want to learn more about the filmmaking, photography, acting, and audio, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss anything. Now, not all videos on YouTube are talking head, but a large portion of them are. What I mean about talking head videos is the ones that you basically see somebody either sitting or standing, meaning when you see them from their waist up or from their mid-chest and up. Now, in my experience, most YouTubers making talking head videos prefer either a 35 or a 50mm lens, but some shoot in 24, 20, and even 16. For example, just to name a few YouTubers I know, Caleb Pike from DSLR Shooter and Gerald Undone from Gerald Undone both prefer a 35, but Rubidium Vu from the Canon engine prefers to shoot his talking head videos with a 50mm lens. Once again, stay tuned until the end of this video or skip ahead to watch Caleb Pike answering my question about using a 50mm lens for talking head videos. I'm sure he'll love his answer as much as I did. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb.
In case you didn't know, a wide lens expands your background, meaning you can see more of your background with a wider lens. And it also enlarges anything that is physically closer to your lens. For example, your nose is closer to the lens than your ears, and therefore, with a wide lens, your nose will look a little bigger than it is in real life. The wider the lens, the bigger the nose. The opposite is true for narrower focal lengths. A telephoto lens like an 85mm will compress the background, showing less of what's behind you. And, using the nose example, your nose will look smaller. However, your face will look wider and therefore it'll give the impression of a heavier person compared to the real one. And last but not least, a 50mm focal length is essentially the same focal length we have in our human eyes. What you see is what you get if you ever get to see that person in real life. So what's my take? Well, the main takeaway of this video is that in my opinion, the lens you choose to shoot talking head videos depends mainly on your weight and then on the size of your studio. Of course, assuming you care about the way you look on camera, I do. And that is why I think that certain focal lengths benefit my overweight body more than others. One caveat is that how rounded your face is matters. For instance, some people might be overweight, but the bony structure of their face is slim. Others have a slim body, but a more rounded face. I personally feature a more rounded than normal face, so I need to focus on wider lenses, especially now that I'm overweight. Let me show you how different focal lengths work on my face and on my overweight body. So how much room do you have on your studio to shoot your videos? Okay, so because of the different compression rates and the different focal lengths, the distance between your camera and your background matters. For example, right now I am using a 20mm lens and I am 3 feet away from my background. So now I'm gonna move another 3 feet for a total of 6 feet, and now you can see more of my room. And now if I move another 3 feet for a total of 9 feet, you can see most of my studio. So if you are shooting with a wide angle lens, make sure that you are shooting closer to your background, so that way you don't have to show your entire room. So what focal length would I recommend you to try? Well, That depends on two main factors. Number one, your weight and your face roundness, and number two, the size of your studio. This is a chart of lenses I would recommend you to try out based on your weight and the roundness of your face. If you're really overweight, I will say try a 16mm lens. If you are overweight, try a 24, a little overweight, 35, in good shape, 50. If you're skinny, try an 85, and if you're really skinny, I will say try 100mm or more. In conclusion, well, in my case, I am overweight, currently weighing 215 pounds. My face is more rounded than the average person, so I believe my face looks better at 35 or 24mm. However, 24 is too wide for the size of my studio, so 35mm is probably the ideal focal length for my weight and face width. Now, I love the look Rubidium Vu creates on his channel Crimson Engine, the shallow depth of field his videos have, and the compression you can see on his background. He uses a 50mm lens, and when I personally talked to Rubidium, he told me he has at least 12 feet between his chair and his background. Even though my face benefits more from the 24 to 35mm range, I will be using a 50mm at f1.2 to create a nicely compressed background with a very shallow depth of field. I love the look Rubidium has on his channel, and that is the look I want to achieve for my channel as well. Check out Rubidium's Canon Masterclass site if you want to learn absolutely everything about Canon cinema cameras and the foundations of professional filmmaking. I will be leaving you my personal affiliate link in the description below. So that's it, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments section below, and I would love to know what focal length you use on your YouTube videos. So let me know also in the comments section below. And until next time, see you.
Well, 50 is a little long for me. You're gonna need a bigger space. But if you want some creamy shallow depth of field, there's a great lens. It's a fantastic lens to go with. It's going to give you more compression. You're going to need more space to get a shot like you see me right here. Or my main YouTube setup is a really wide shot, and that's going to need some space for that. So try it. You know, you definitely, if you have a 50 or a zoom, you can test the 50mm focal length with. That is something I would go with.
Please click the like button. Thank you for subscribing.